Hey, what's going on, guys? It's CBC, and continuing the sub-assistant series versus Gitzo Jasper, or I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly, but it's also known as NoLife, I believe. And I haven't watched these matches in a little bit, which is always a good thing, so that when I get another look at them and a fresh look, I can have an instant reaction towards it. Um, right off the bat, see this, all I had to do was counter hyper, I would have got it to kill you. And it would have went through Magneto's shockwave since he would be right next to me. You used Wolverine most of the time. Magneto used twice, and I'm considering this team. I guess is your main team: Magneto, Wolverine, and Deadpool. Wolverine, you got to be a little bit more faster with him. Wolverine doesn't have that many directions. He just has Berserker Slash and his dive kick, which is his greatest mobility areas. You know, like at these points, get above me. Wolverine above is at his strength. He can do so many claws, and that dive kick is off the ground. You know, you want to take advantage of that. Now, I don't know if you have the best assist to bring up a character, because one of the reasons why Wolverine is so good is because he has an assist that can relaunch the character without using his OTG twice. That's why Akuma and him, they call them best friends for that reason, because basically, you can off the ground them that many times, and with that you can do 600,000 damage. Without that, he's not that great of a damaging character. One thing I would love to stress is Deadpool, he is a medium, he's a bad to medium defensive character. His projectiles have a lot of lag before and after them, and they don't do that much damage. His only real way of dodging things is pineapple. So, I would, however you like, here's the thing. When I first started playing this game, right, when I was using Deadpool, I thought defense was his game, but really he's a massively offensive character. You don't even want to get space. You don't need space with Deadpool, because the thing is, when you get a combo, if you're canceling it into your grenade, you make the space from being close in. And you did a lot of guns and a lot of shooting. Here's the thing you'll probably notice: you can probably hit an opponent like 6 to 7 times with the guns. Let's just assume that every single time they hit. Okay, right here I wanted to mention something I remember. At this moment you X-Factored, right? You did this incorrectly. What you were supposed to do was let Deadpool finish that hyper, X-Factor, do a quick work, do the hyper again, after you X-Factored, and you probably would have been able to kill him. And then because Deadpool wouldn't have flown off the screen, you could have done an extra hyper, and then killed off both characters, because those things come back to haunt you. And with Deadpool, you don't want to do 2 medium hits in the air in his combo. Get used to just doing a medium, a heavy, and a special. Deadpool falls fast, and his damage scaling is not worth it. He has one of the worst in the game, and like that happens too often. And this one, I'll admit, this was a cheese win. It was because you slipped that earned me that victory when you had both my characters, and then obviously level 3 X Factor. Victories by that, I'm not proud of them. I'll admit them. I'm not gonna be like one of those guys and think I'm good by winning with level 3 X Factor. When that happens, I just took advantage of the game. I'm not proud of those at all. So don't worry about that. You did choose Spencer this time around with Akuma, and I was more worried about your what's it called? Your offensive game. But you don't want to come in with Drill Claw, because what the thing is your active frames don't really do that much, and once that Drill Claw is done, you're open to get hit until you land. So you want to start coming in higher, and you want to make an alteration. Right? When you jump in the air and stuff, you land. The next time you do a dive kick, the next time you do a Drill Claw backwards, make a mix-up game, because if Wolverines don't have that and they don't mix up with their Berserker Slash, that's really bad, because he's really predictable after that. The reason why Wolverines always win is because they'll call an assist and then the Berserker Slash, and then they go behind you. And it's 50-50, and sometimes it's impossible to see because the active frames are hitting you at the exact same time he's teleporting behind you. You want to try doing that more often, and you want to have the right assists for it. I don't think Spencer can do it for you, because he's got the hook armor piercer, which the active frames are very short. And this was a good X Factor. Kills him off, and at this point, with Spencer, what I like to try and do is, I don't like to, I like to grip claw towards any of the walls, but I don't like doing it too often. You know, spamming low lights, coming backwards and trying to do a command, or the overhead mix-up is really good. Even though you had the little life, there is ways for you to get back, but you want it to stay high in the air if you ever have low life with Spencer, because when you're on the ground, you have a couple, you can't go anywhere without, hooking your way across the screen. So stay high when you have low health, and then land, because you can aim down and come down fast. Now here, if you didn't light jump again, you could have just done a light while you were crouching, and you would have been able to punish me. I would probably stop doing drill claw 80% of the time that you are doing. At this point, I have no reason to attack, to be honest, because drill claw sends you so far sometimes, and the projectiles are doing the justice for me. And honestly, if you look at your health, it's just going away from you. Sometimes, I don't even know when it's going away. It's just slowly going away because you keep attempting and it always keeps missing. But, with Magnus, you want to spam his disruptor. It's so good. Spencer's assist doesn't really back it up that much, but your projectile is faster than anything Deadpool has. The only thing I could do with Deadpool is negate it by using a grenade. Now, if you get tagged in like this from another person, you gotta make the decision. What you did here was good. Are you gonna get rid of your character, or are you gonna try and save him? Because, say I beat down Spencer, the next character you'd have, even if it's here took off 50% of his life, level 3 X Factor with one of those characters would have a really big trouble. And I did notice another thing also was, you're always kind of pressing something. That leads to big problems in the end, because like you got hit with a lot of those projectiles for kind of no reason sometimes. You don't want that to happen too much. You want to do it against teleporting characters. When you don't need to, don't worry, because you'll get hit by so many things that could abuse you in this game. It's unbelievable, and this is kind of an example of it. But let me know how your progress goes, and we'll play chess sometime soon in the near future, and we'll see how the progress goes. So hope you guys enjoy and learned anything, and take care.